We now have 23 active agents under us. We expanded to Dallas the end of December, beginning of January, and we just expanded to McAllen. We don't just take anybody. We both sit down, we both interview. So what we don't want to do is bring on a whole bunch of agents and then have this huge team that doesn't jive.
So it's really important that all your agents are just go-getters, but they get along. So it's almost like a family atmosphere.
We have listing booklets and buyer's booklets, and the only, anytime somebody comes to us, starts asking us questions, anything like that, all of the answers are already in the booklets that we give them.
Welcome to part 2 of our incredible interview today with Got Keys Realty, powered by Vive Realty. We have the co-owner, Miss Heather Groom. How are you?
Good. How are you?
Pretty good. Pretty good. Thank you for coming out today.
Absolutely.
You know, before you came in, we interviewed Lawrence, and he gave great reviews of just your team and how you take care of your agents. Talk to me about that. Talk to me about, what is your goal when you do get these new agents?
Our goal, so me and Zariah started Got Keys Realty team last year in the end of January. And we work under Vive Realty. So when we started our team, our whole goal was to train people how to do what we do, right? We didn't have help when we started, so we're just winging it. Like everybody's just trying, right? So we are actually very, very structured now because we know how it works. I've been doing it 11 and a half years. Zariah's been in the business almost 8 years. She's top social media marketing in Texas, like top 60. And then she's top 12 in Hispanic realtors. She's also the president of NARREP, which NARREP Northeast. And then I am an expert witness in Harris County and Montgomery County courts for divorce and probate. And then I also am an assistant to Texas Loan Pros. And we run the team.
So what I'm hearing is just a lot of knowledge
that
you pass on to your agents.
Absolutely. We touch it all.
And another thing you just said too, you said that you wanted, basically people that you can help with the load, help with everything else. Now you're giving out knowledge to these agents. Now these agents can now grow themselves.
Yes.
That's amazing. The way you do things now, is this how you came up? Meaning when you were an agent, you're a young agent, you just got your license. Did you go through that, or is it the total opposite?
Absolutely not. That's why we started it, because we were on the struggle bus. We were just trying to figure it out. Where do we market? Who do we market to? How do we, how do you get started? How do you get business? How do you get leads? How do you find buyers and sellers, right?
Right.
And 11 years ago, it was just like, go have fun, figure it out. Let me know.
Here's a binder.
Yeah. So me and Zariah, we have different types of clientele, obviously, because we do different things. So we're like, okay, great. What do? We combine our knowledge and then we put it all into our agents. So Zariah teaches all the social media, all the marketing. She sets up all our table events because we do huge table events. And then I do all the compliance, all the court, all the divorce, all of that. So
how did you guys meet?
We worked for the same brokerage before. And then when we wanted to start a team, we weren't very supported. So we found Vive Realty, and Jose Rayo and Noe Hernandez, they are the best. We literally went in and we're like, this is what we want to do. And I don't really think they knew what they were getting. And I was like, we don't need help. We literally just need somebody to let us do what we do.
You need a home.
And they were like, you know what? Go ahead. And they have not stopped us. They have not told us no. We just keep trucking. So we now have 23 active agents under us.
Congrats.
Yes, we opened a new office in the Heights. And Vive has 2 locations, one in the Heights and one off Fannin.
Are you planning on growing past the second office, or, is this, you going to hold this for a little bit?
So we actually have Dallas. We expanded to Dallas the end of December, beginning of January, and we just expanded to McAllen.
Congratulations.
Yeah.
In the Valley.
Yes.
Outstanding.
Yeah.
All right. So, I mean, you guys are growing nonstop.
Yes.
So you're growing, you're retaining new agents.
Yep.
How are you finding these agents to go with that growth? Like now you have that office in McAllen. Now you have that office in Dallas. How are you finding this top tier talent that you have right now?
So we're very particular. We don't just take anybody. We both sit down, we both interview, we both make sure. So what we don't want to do is bring on a whole bunch of agents and then have this huge team that doesn't jive, right? So as we're looking for agents or as we're interviewing agents, usually it's because somebody has told somebody about us. So now they're calling, So we've actually grown fairly organically. Like some people from our old brokerage, some people from different brokerages. They're just like, hey, I know somebody who knows you. Can you help me? And we're like, perfect. So as long as the personalities match, our team is all very, very driven, all very, very motivated, all outside the box thinkers. So
I love
it's
it.
perfect. Yeah.
I love it. So it's really important that all your agents are just go-getters, but
Yes.
they get along. So it's almost like a family
Yes.
atmosphere.
Yep.
And how do you continue to grow that? Do you have events? Do you
Well, so we do a ton of events, and so we're much different. I know a bunch of real estate teams. I know a bunch of real estate team leads. We are so much the opposite. It's crazy. We focus really, really hard on table events. So when you ask, like, how do we get business? How do we talk to people? How do we find people? This year, because of Lawrence, we did Rock the Vote. And then we did a Deos Los Muertos event. We're looking at doing some pageant events, and we're looking at doing some bridal events. So as you're doing that, like, what do these people that are just getting married need? Right. What are they going to do next?
Right.
They're going to buy a house, right?
Right. The dream, American dream.
Absolutely. So we're there to help. But we also do alternative financing. We focus super hard on that, which would be your people that don't qualify for standard financing. A lot of people think that it's still like the 70s. Oh, I need an 800 credit score. Oh, I need $20,000 down. Oh, I need all this. So we have programs where you don't do any of that. Like we have programs where we can start approving you at 520 and higher credit scores and 540 with no down payments on some. We have the owner financing, which is usually 10 to 20% down. The interest rate is you can buy it down so it fluctuates,
Right.
Just like a regular loan. We even have rent to own programs.
There are, I in talking to Lawrence earlier.
Yes.
He mentioned that, during his travels as a musician, he's meeting all these people that just have those, these different needs.
Yeah.
And I think a problem is they don't know those things that you just mentioned.
Yep.
They believe like the old school way, have to have a certain credit score, you have to have a certain down payment, and if not, you're stuck in a Class C apartment or whatever, Class B, whatever.
Yeah.
But you're stuck not having the dream be fulfilled. Like, most people dream of like having that backyard and having the kids and having a barbecue on 4th of July and stuff like that. And they don't believe it's for them. And so you're saying with all these events that you're doing, you're actually coaching, you're teaching, telling them like, hey, it's possible. You can have this if, you just have to come out and reach out to us.
Absolutely.
Nice.
Absolutely. Yeah, we focus very hard on that. We also, our other like very large focus is new home sales. So Zariah is like top new home sales. I don't even know how many, like probably 90% of her business is new home sales. So we have very good relationships. We have like private websites that we use internally for new home builds. We have a bunch of that. So
what are some pros and cons with those new home builds?
Oh, you would ask me that. So the pros of new homes, we'll start there. These mortgage companies, because they're with these big builders, get the opportunity to buy down the rates so low. And what they'll do is they'll buy down, let's say they're spending $50 million on, a certain amount of loans. So they can actually buy mass quantities of loans at the lower rate. So they are like easier to move because people want the lower interest rates, right?
Right.
And then who doesn't want a new home? Like, oh, brand new granite countertops. Oh, nobody's
been there
been here,
before.
been
Right,
sick,
this is mine.
got hurt, whatever, right?
Right,
So it's
right.
always more appealing. What I personally don't love about new home sales, and it's just because I do the mortgage side a lot, is that the tax rates. Tax rates on new communities are astronomically high, and people don't understand how much that adds to their mortgage. So, yeah, you may be saving on interest rate, but you're spending on tax rate.
Got it. For us, as property managers, we have a lot of investors who believe that, if it's a brand new home, they're saving that money on that maintenance, but that's not always the case, because when you're going through warranties and you're say there's an electrical issue in the house,
Yep.
it may take forever to get someone to fix it.
Yep.
Vice, if it doesn't have warranty or if it's not a new build, I could just call someone over there. I can call a maintenance guy over there. I can call an electrician over there within an hour.
Yes.
So it's pros and cons, like you're saying, of that new build. But it goes back to what you're doing, which I think you're doing an amazing job at, is just marketing yourselves and letting everyone know if you have a question,
Yeah.
you can come and ask us and we can lead the way. We can guide you.
Yes.
I think that's amazing. With your team and all that new information you have, is it easier to keep them engaged because now, they're gaining all this new information, they're loving where they're at, Two questions. Is it easier to keep them? And if they do leave, how hard is it to replace?
So our brokerage is we haven't lost anybody.
Wow.
But like our brokerage, we have some of the lowest splits. We have some of the lowest fees like in the marketplace right now, like the brokerage as a whole. We also have an on-site Trek officer. So she does, or not officer, but trainer. And she does all our weekly trainings. So you're getting 2-3 trainings a week that are CE certified. So now when it comes up time for your license, like you're already done. You've already gone to the trainings. You've already done it.
And I laugh at this because I've seen so many agents that, they get that message, hey, your license is about to expire. And then, they're then crushing, doing 90 whatever hours, trying to crush it to cram for just to keep their license.
Yeah.
And I think that you guys are ahead of that. Now
we're one of the only brokerages. I don't even know another brokerage that has a Trek instructor in office. She's actually our office manager.
That's amazing.
So it's, you need something, we call her. You need CE credits. Which class do you want to go to? Which ones do you need? Like, it's.
And she handles that all
Absolutely.
in-house. That is a pro. That is something that other brokerages don't do.
No.
That's great.
No. And we're never like last minute. I mean, some of my girls are 9 months out. Some of my guys are 9 months out and they're like, oh, well, I already did legal 1 and legal 2. Oh, I already did contracts. Oh, I need a few electives. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But then there's some classes that we have them go to just to keep up to date, like when they did the contract changes and everybody thought the world was just going to explode on them. Like, it really wasn't that big of a deal. It was just changing your wording. It was being supportive. It was like actually caring about your clients and explaining the process. So for us, it was really easy because we all already do it.
Wow. So when they change, what about like the commission change and all that? So you guys were ahead of that as well.
We were ready. Yeah.
Ready for it.
We have listing booklets and buyer's booklets. And the only, anytime somebody comes to us, starts asking us questions, anything like that, all of the answers are already in the booklets that we give them. So how the commission works, what the commission splits look like, how, we're going to negotiate for them, so on and so forth. It's already done.
That's a great job.
Yes.
You guys are doing really well.
Yeah.
Really well. We're running out of time now. I would love to have you back.
Absolutely.
But I tell you, this industry has lost a lot of great talent. And because of, sales has been slow and, many people just jump off and do other things. But with what you're doing, and you're holding everybody in, and they're excited, and they're engaged, and they're learning, and they're actually making a living, you are doing great. So if you are looking for a home and you're talented and you're an incredible agent and you just want to grow and you want to be better than you are today, please see Got Keys Realty.
Absolutely.
Please see Got Keys Realty. Find someone that works there, and really reach out. And if you are looking for a new home and you're maybe just have a unique situation and you don't think getting a home is for you, you may be wrong.
You're wrong.
This may be your opportunity. So, find that phone, get on that phone call, and reach out, because this may be a great year for you.
Absolutely.
Once
2025.
Again, thank you for being our guest, and good luck to all your future endeavors.
Absolutely. You too.
Anytime.